Hi, this is Blair Singer, best-selling author of Little Voice Mastery, here to talk to you about a very important topic. The topic is the word context. You know, when I teach people to teach and when I'm teaching sales or team or leadership or whatever it is, a lot of people are very anxious. What's the content? If I got $10,000, what do I do with it? I have a situation with my partner. What do I do? And I say, look, slow down. The problem, most people are focused on the small picture rather than on the big picture. One of the things I learned a long time ago, actually Robert Kiyosaki is a very dear friend of mine, both learned this from a fellow by the name of Dr. Buckminster Fuller, who said, you got to be a generalist. You have to look at the context or the environment that you're operating in and understand that, master that, before you go to the content. Bucky used to say, environment is always stronger than will. So what that means is, who is in your environment? What is your environment like? Are you hanging around people that want you to be happy, healthy, strong, and beautiful? Or are you looking for people that are trying to make you like them? See, I don't care how strong your will is. I don't care how much great skill, data, technique you have. It's not going to help you if you're constantly being brought down by other people or you're in a suppressive, abusive environment. Think about it. The word abuse simply means abusive is meaning basically preventing somebody from doing what they want to do or not giving somebody something they want or giving them something they don't want. That's abuse. So look in your environment, the context of where you live. Who are the thoughts? Who are the thoughts that are surrounding you? Whose thoughts are those? Because I can tell you that in my life, I have found that the biggest changes that I'm able to make are not so much when I learn a new technique, a new sales technique. It's when I radically shift my environment and start hanging around people that are in a position where I want to go to. You want to be a great investor? Hang around with great investors. Don't hang around with people that are afraid to invest their money. That's going to stop you and prevent you from being who you want to be. Context, always more important than the content. Another example of this is this. As a business owner, as an entrepreneur, you walk in to work with your team. If you're looking at the environment and the context they're operating in, what are the prevalent thoughts? What are the prevalent attitudes? Not what are the individual tasks they're doing, but what is the context of the environment they're operating in? If you want to be a great leader, you manage the context, not the content. The problem is most people's context, my own context, or whatever I'm able to perceive, for sometimes is too small for the big game that I want to play. If you want to play a big game, then you got to take your little context and expand it much bigger. Be open to more ideas. Be open to change. Be willing to be coached. Most important of all, to be receptive to taking feedback. I find that the biggest thing that stops most people in their context that keeps them small is they don't like feedback unless it's positive. Now, I don't like it either. I mean, sometimes it can be very uncomfortable, but I subject myself to it routinely. Why? Not because I like it, it's because I want to get bigger. People ask me, well, why do you go to Mac Newton, my fitness coach, and you go see him at macnewton.com. But he pushes me harder than ever. It's painful. It hurts. Why do I go? Because it's comfortable? No, because he will help me find another gear. The question is, in your context, in your environment, who is there to help you find another gear? And it may be the person that may be giving you some feedback you don't like hearing. And your little voice goes, well, they don't know what I'm talking about, and I'm right, and all that stuff. And I've got to tell you that one of the reasons Kiyosaki and I have been friends all these years is it because he is not a comfortable person to be around sometimes, and neither am I. And so we as friends, we are willing to give each other feedback that other people won't give us. That's why we hang out. That's why we're friends. That's what you need in your life. So when you look at your context, your environment, who's there? Are you willing to take feedback? Is your context this big or is it this big? Is your game that you want to play, the goal you want to play this big? And if so, how big is your context? How flexible? How open? How much feedback are you willing to take? How much are you willing to change? And how hard are you willing to work for it? If you just are able to perceive what I'm talking about, your life will already change and the people around you will begin to change magically.